wonder what the hell this episode's about, it's about nothing because
it doesn't exist.
Not that we didn't record one. Oh, we did. And it was glorious, wasn't it, James? We talked about Nope a little bit more.
It was a good episode.
We did a little bit of Better Call Saul finale. We did this whole great feature about a lot of exciting films that are coming up. And then disaster struck. Reality hit. And something happened to our audio file. We filmed it in glorious HD.
And the video is there.
The video is there. But we know that there are a lot of people who listen to this. You can't watch this in a car. And the audio file is gone, basically. We have no explanation for how. We've scoured it.
Because now I don't know if this is going to disappear.
Yep, I hope you're hearing this message.
I don't currently know what's happened to it. We record our podcast in Adobe Audition as a multi-track file. And just when I get to go find the audio files, they weren't there. They just didn't go, I pressed record.
Yes.
I pressed record.
We double and triple check every time. And today, James and I have had a frantic few hours really trying to scrabble and find what we could and see if we could discover it or see what we could put together.
I did start editing the episode without high quality audio and just using the audio that's on these two mics. And it just sounds like someone left a voice note on their phone on the sofa over there. And you're trying to hear a conversation. And I just broke my heart. It just can't work.
It's not the Pulp Kitchen standard. So we were faced with a choice, which is either no episode at all or this, what you're listening to now. Because James and I decided, we thought, okay, we can't do a proper episode. No. We've blown through all the stuff we were going to talk about.
We can't reshoot it.
We can't reshoot it because it's just not organic. We know we just know what we're going to say. But we thought we'd take this opportunity to say sorry, for one. Check back in next week. It'll be back to normal, I promise.
There'll be content throughout the week. We've got Game of Thrones review will be out in a couple of days.
That's great. Yeah. When I say next week, next week is actually a compilation of lots of great discussions we have. But why don't we take this opportunity, we thought, to talk to you about the production process behind Pulp Kitchen, just so you understand about the hoops we have to go through. Because James and I essentially not only do we work full-time jobs in the day, and we squeeze this in where we can, this is just a two-man operation, and we are both...
In case it wasn't obvious, there isn't like a huge production house with like an AP that comes up with segments and like a little junior editor who creates little social clips.
We are presenters, editors, producers, managers, and everything else all on this show.
Therapists,
PAs. When we're not doing one thing for the show, we're doing another. When we're not presenting on the show, we're editing the show. When we're not editing the show, we're thinking about what we can do on the show.
And when one of us is on holiday, we double record or shoot extra content. So there's always an episode.
Weeks in advance. And when we're not doing that, we're managing each other. We're thinking how we can grow this channel and how we can, give you guys great content.
Any more excuses we can throw out?
No, but I mean, I just feel like I want to give them something. I mean, a production week is usually quite hectic.
And it never ends.
Is there any funny anecdotes, any interesting tidbits we could give them about the life cycle of Pulp Kitchen in a week?
Oh, in a week? Ooh, I mean...
James and I have never spoken to each other so much. We speak to each other so much outside of this... outside of the moment we're filming right now, because we're always just like, we could talk about this. Okay, should we do this?
We'll do that. Have you seen that yet?
Yeah,
I guess I could watch that.
Have you cut this for TikTok? Yeah. Have you edited this for Instagram?
No.
Okay. I think the captions need to say this. I think that also,
what font?
Have you written that pitch email to so and so? Yeah. Now should we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Also,
we write the deck.
We've had a request in for this. Yeah. I mean, guys. But anyway, we're not making excuses. We are genuinely very, very sorry that we can't give you something. But
basically, if you didn't know, we basically... Well, I set up two cameras here that shoot separately to each other, and then I record audio separately that goes into my computer, and then it all has to be matched up, synced up in post, then edited through, then exported, lifted out social bits. It's a whole thing to make it happen. I love doing it. It's fantastic, but holy shit, is it a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
I remember before I started, I was like, this can be a lot of work, I think. Yeah. This will be a lot of work. This will be a lot of evenings, and it is.
And we really enjoy it. You keep us going, guys. Don't get us wrong. We love doing it. But when something like today happens, it's a little heartbreaking.
It really does.
Because we had a good time recording this other week.
It really does hurt.
I mean, what can we talk about? I mean, James, you said you hadn't told me this. You told me you had something happened to you in Finland.
Yeah. Speaking of production mishaps, right. I was filming in Helsinki.
Oh, lovely.
Which, I've got to give you some content.
And here you go. We're down to anecdotes now.
Anecdotes. I was filming in Helsinki. And I can't really say what I was filming, but it was kind of like a news night piece about some sort of issue-based thing with the presenter. And they were going to sort of present an issue and make a short little film about it.
Okay.
And I was with sort of an expert in their field, and it was sort of about prisons and prison reform. And she was like, oh, when I turned up, she was like, yeah, and on day 2, we're going to film outside a prison. And I was like, okay, do we have permission to film outside the prison? She was like, no, but it should be fine. I mean, we'll just go out there, shoot something there, and then we'll leave. And I was like,
famous last words.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Get out of my mind. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. And then day 2 comes, and then like we're on our way to the prison, and we rock up at the prison outside Helsinki, and it looks like a prison. It's not inviting. There's very much this like obtrusive sense that you're not really meant to linger here.
Funny.
It's like,
like
funny
prisons
that.
are kind of meant to be, yeah.
Big barbed wire fences, lookout towers, but I don't really see anyone there. Like it's very barren in this sort of like dirt car park. And we get out the car, and I swear to God, we were there for about 60 seconds from when I'm talking like the moment we got out the car, and we were
buckling your seatbelt, right?
Yeah. In about 60 seconds, and in that 60 seconds, stood up, framed up. I had my camera, testing sound, just production-y things. And 2 vans, black vans, flanked us in a pincer movement, and like one at the front, one at the back, and then 5 men like in armor came out of each van. Like the van door slid open. Yeah. I all of a sudden thought like, this is it. Yeah. it's over. Came out and just like, it's like, what are you doing here? You're not allowed to film. What are you doing? Like one guy like stood right in my face because I had the camera. It was like I could have been holding an AK-47. Sure. I swear to God. And they said a lot of stuff in Finnish, which I didn't understand. But the woman who was with us, who spoke Finnish, was like, okay, we have to leave now.
Right.
And but what just was amazing was the fact that there were 10 men and 2 vans, not just on standby.
Just like ready to go.
Yeah, like ready to mobilize within 60 seconds. Because someone would have seen us, said, don't know who these people are. I'm making the call. Let's get them. And they just completely like flanked. I don't know if you've ever been flanked, George.
I've never been flanked. I'm not. This sounds like the opening of Tenet or something.
Yeah, it felt like that when like John David Washington is like doing his mask and he's like about to run into the opera house. And you get like that was the level of intensity. Oh my God. There was like a drumming Hans Zimmer score somewhere there.
Were you tempted to like film it from like your hip, and get this on camera?
Oh, they had guns, so no.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. That's very scary.
I didn't want to be like Michael Mann. What's his name? Michael Moore.
Yeah,
Michael Moore, with a camera in his face, like being really annoying.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah. Where are the guns and why? Yeah. No.
My God. So they thought you were probably gonna like break into Finnish prison.
I don't think so. I think they thought we were like an untrustworthy news source trying to get like a scoop for something.
It's TMZ.
I had a chrome helmet like at the end of Nope. But there you go. I mean, like it's felt funny enough, like those ads that we watched in the cinema where it was like I was like someone in like a Colombian jungle, like with my cartel.
Those army adverts.
And someone was about to chloroform me from behind. And just be like, it's a state of mind. Maybe you have it.
Do you know what's funny is that I mean, obviously, as production issues go, that sounds a lot higher. But the difference between that event and what's happened to us is that you still got your content.
I still got my content.
You still got it out. You still made the shoot.
I got about 10 seconds of, so we're outside the prison, and then it's just like pincer movement. I'm actually curious to see the rushes, but I just go, oh shit. And then I just stop.
Oh my God.
The worrying thing of that is when you do something that gets stopped by police. This has never happened to me, but sometimes they go, delete the footage, or I want to see your card, I want to see this, and that's sort of when it gets confusing. But
I mean, what have I got for you? I went to a pasta workshop yesterday.
I saw on Instagram. Yeah, you did a pasta thing.
It's a thing with work. It was wonderful. A pasta making workshop, and we turned up, and they're like, "You're going to be making pasta from scratch with your hands. No machine, a pasta machine." And you know what, James? I think I could do it. I honestly,
like on a Tuesday night, you think you could do it?
Well, you need time. That's what you need. You need time and quite a lot of space because you got a lot of dough. You got to roll it out. You got to have space to move it. But really, there's a reason why pasta is a staple and is eaten by lots of millions and millions of people. It is simple. The steps. You just have to be patient.
Few ingredients.
That's it. So just a bit of dough.
Food content.
Bit of flour. You've got to have very fine fat flour. Put it out. Crack an egg in the middle, whisk it,
rolling pin.
You get to that. Yeah. The thing was the folding and the kneading.
What kind of pasta did you make?
I made farfalle.
The like bow tie one.
Yes. I almost did that. There was an Alan Partridge moment where he was like, "We're going to be making farfalle. Does everyone know what that is?" And there's a bit in Alan Partridge when he has that. And he goes, "Yeah, Action Man bow tie." And I almost said that. I got called in front to present to people my little pasta pinching moment, which was quite nice. Fresh pasta. It was wonderful.
Nice,
It was spectacular. ridiculous. I mean, if we were still making food content, which we're not going to be, we can't even get a normal episode
That's
out.
as much food content as we'll get.
I would need some dough for you, but I'm thinking I could do this.
We should do a whole episode where you'll just say like tossing flour.
And at the end, I maybe get you some pasta.
Yeah.
Oh, it was delightful. But it reminded me how much work goes into prepping food and why we don't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's really fiddly. Yeah.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
I mean,
really?
I mean, look,
That's the episode.
we really didn't want to not have anything.
Yes.
Because we have to move on and go on to next week's episode and the following. But
if you're a Game of Thrones fan, check back in a couple of days. We're going to have our review of House of Dragon, the first episode.
Yep.
Check in, let us know your thoughts. And yeah,
Stay tuned for next week.
Stay tuned for next week, which is also a slightly different episode. We've got a nice little montage and collection of really interesting conversations that we haven't aired before. And
we're sorry.
And we are sorry.
We are
genuinely sorry. Please stay with us.
I want to say it won't happen again.
Please keep tuning in, and we will see you again.
Hopefully this is enough as your little pulp kitchen.
Yeah, we wanted
fix.
to give you a little, instead of a full meal at the Pulp Kitchen, you've got a little amuse-bouche. I'm sorry, the kitchen is closed.
Yeah.
The kitchen's closed. We should. Oh no, that sounds like we were permanently
we're
shut.
not permanently shut.
The kitchen, the power's gone. I don't know.
Look, you got something. You've got like 10 minutes.
We missed you just as much, right?
Oh yeah. What an episode it was.
Oh, we did. James and I were on the phone to each other going, oh, that bit we did. Oh, no, and that bit we did.
Look, it's there, but it would sound so bad. Yes. And I would hate for someone new to come onto our feed for the first time and just... Yeah.
It's like it was... Yeah, don't even consider it. Guys,
we're sorry.
We're sorry.
We'll be back.
See you next week. Thank you.